Hello friends and welcome to another video. Now, what's the fastest way to earn between $500 and $1,000 every single month by selling stock music online? In this video, I want to share with you my insights and how I managed to accomplish that. Now, if you're new to this, download my free guide link in the description before we get started. Completely free. When I got started, my goal was to earn $300 per month selling stock music online. It seemed like a reasonable goal. The reality is that it seemed impossible at the time. So it seemed like realistic because $300 is not a lot of money. But on the other hand, I have never sold anything online, so I had no idea of how this was going to happen. And even if I did make it one time, was I going to be able to replicate this every single month? That's when the challenge really started, because once I reached $300, you can accumulate $300 on any given library over time. But the problem is, can you do that every single month? And that's what the challenge was about. Now, $300 might not seem like it's life-changing money, obviously. Of course not. But at the time, I was a stay-at-home dad, flat broke. I didn't have any income whatsoever. No prospect of work because I just relocated from the UK here to Greece. And I became a stay-at-home dad. I have documented this here on the channel. It's one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel in the first place, to share my story and inspire others. But when I got started, I felt like, you know what, if I could earn just $300 every single month, that will make a massive difference in our income, believe it or not, because my wife at the time was the main breadwinner in the house. And I was just looking for ways to earn something on the side. So a reasonable income for me, it was $300. And not only for me, but for my wife as well. We said, like, well, if you can do this, I mean, at that time, you have to think that I'm not doing anything. I'm not selling anything. I haven't done anything online. I haven't sold anything online before. I have no idea what I'm doing. Now, obviously, I haven't earned anything with music. So one thing is to not earn anything online. Another thing is to not earn anything with your music, because we musicians and composers, or artists in general, I'm going to put everybody under the same umbrella here, or when it comes down to what I want to say. Artists are really bad when it comes down to having conceptions about their art. And in order to monetize their art, they seem to have this limiting belief about, I just want to be an artist, I don't want to sell. Or if the selling is going to happen, like, I want to make a living with my art, but I don't want to do the promotion, or I don't want to investigate about the thing. I just want to do the thing. I just want to do the art. I just want to be a painter. I just want to write the book. I just want to play the music. Let somebody else take care of that aspect of being an artist. And yet I classify myself as a torture artist, as a starving artist. I was living by that myth of the starving artist. And I embody that very, very well. And yet I have all of this gear and all of these guitars and technology at my fingertips, and I still feel that I'm not living to my full potential. So when I got started, I had to get rid of that limiting belief that, hey, it's okay for me to wanting to make money with my music. And $300 is it's nothing, really. It's not a lot, but can I make it? And it seemed impossible at the time. And eventually, I got there. But one of the reasons why I share my journey, and one of the reasons why I teach others on how to earn between $500 and $1,000 per month, is because it seems like a reasonable, attainable income. You have to understand that there are composers that do that with one library alone. I have shared my income with one library, but I have friends and colleagues who do this with different libraries across different marketplaces every single month. Okay, so it's a reliable source of income. When it comes down to music licensing. Is it easy? Well, it's not. Nothing is easy, really. Having a 9-to-5 is not easy. Showing up for a paycheck is not easy. You probably feel that you're being underpaid, right? Because the work that you do is just too much. Inflation, taking considerations, many, many things. When it comes down to composition and to doing music for licensing, it's the same thing. Plenty of people say it's just not worth the effort. Well, nothing really is worth the effort. But at the same time, if you want to do something out of your music, or if you want to make something out of anything, everything that is hard will require effort. And if it's important to you, it's going to require more effort than you think. That's for sure. So if you want to get fit, it's going to require more effort than you initially thought. You want to go and move to another country or move to a new place in town, it's going to take a lot of effort, not to mention money. All right, you want to change from 9 to 5 to another 9 to 5. It's going to take more effort than you think. It's going to be a period of adjusting when it comes down to your new work environment, for that matter. You want to do something online with your music and start earning money by just making $300 or $500 to $1,000 per month with stock music. It's going to take more effort than you think. Now, depending on where you are in your musical journey, this is going to look a little bit different. When I got started, I was arguably overqualified to do this, meaning that I went to study sound engineer to university. I worked in recording studios. I know how to read music. I know all the ins and outs of music. I already knew about mixing, mastering. I've never used my degree here on the channel, by the way, when I'm teaching about music production, because I feel that it's unnecessary. You don't need a degree in order to mix amazing music. Okay, and the fact that I worked in a recording studio means nothing either. Okay, in fact, I got a job at the studio before I even got my diploma. So I believe in qualifications, but at the same time, I don't even have my degree anywhere. Like it's somewhere in some cupboard or something. Right? Just because it says sound engineer, it doesn't mean anything to me. What matters is the result. Can I compose a track? Can I mix a track? And can I deliver that music track so it can have some value for somebody else? So there's a lot of things that I had to overcome when it came to earning money online. And for me, earning such a small amount, again, it seems so impossible because I haven't earned yet $1. And even when I started to earn some money, then the next step was to replicate that and do the same thing again and again and again. And what that looked like was, pretty much just showing up, working on my craft, composing, mixing, mastering, and uploading the track to a certain library, and then expand into different and various libraries. And if you want to know about these libraries, again, in my guide, I have a list of libraries where I license my music, libraries that I'm joining as we speak. I'm always updating my guide, so don't forget to download my free guide. We have to start small because there's a lot of people talking online in the music licensing space about the big sync fees and big payouts. And yes, these things happen, but in the meantime, if you're not getting any money, you're still broke. At least that was my story. I wanted to have the big upfront sync fees, right? I wanted to get the performance royalties every quarter with my PROs. I wanted to get all of these deals. At the same time, I need money right now, not next quarter, or I can't just wait for somebody to place my music somewhere. That doesn't mean that I don't do this. In fact, I have shared here on the channel that I'm actually involved with different sync libraries myself. However, what I focus on here on the channel is to talk about stock music because I believe it's the easiest way to start earning money with your music. And it's the easiest way to get into music licensing. Full stop. I mean, you can stop watching this video right now because that's it. That is the biggest takeaway with this video. You want to get started in music licensing? The easiest way to do this is to get started with stock libraries. I mean, this is my whole promotion here on the channel. This is what I do. This is how I got started. In fact, I got some sync deals through stock music libraries. This is what a lot of gurus, I'm not going to tell you, because they're telling you to not join stock libraries because, it devalues your music and you can't make any money. We know that that's not true, all right? We know that that's not true. Have a reasonable goal for you when it comes to your income. When I've done videos over the year, I've done many videos over the years with this topic, how to earn between $500 and $1,000 per month selling music online. In the beginning, I got comments and testimonials from people that are already doing this, My friend Stevie V was one of them, sharing this, like, hey, this is a reasonable thing, and I can testify that, I'm doing this. So it's a reasonable way to earn money. You go and see Stevie B, you probably watch his videos, we're all in the same space. And this is exactly what it's all about, But back in the day, before he even had his YouTube channel, or his YouTube channel was starting out, I got this type of comments and this type of testimonials because it's a reasonable thing to earn. It is a reasonable thing to aspire to. It's small, yes, but it's attainable, I mean, going from $0 to $500 per month doesn't seem that impossible. But if you haven't done it before, whether that's in music or anything, but here we're talking about music, it seems very scary. It seems like impossible, especially when it comes down to music. Because for us, we just have this belief that we can't make money with our music. This is just impossible. I mean, we musicians are very jaded when it comes down to making money with music. I mean, prove me wrong in the comment section, because I've been there. I'm one of you guys. I am like you. The main difference between you and me is that I have managed to separate my emotions from my music, and I have managed to just let the music go. And I am not attached to my tracks. I could literally just grab all of my music tracks right now, delete them, and start all over again. And it wouldn't mean anything to me, because what I know now is more important than the actual music that I have created. What's important is what music tracks I'm going to create tomorrow. Okay? Now I know how to do it. I have developed the unstoppable mindset, persistence, and discipline in order to compose music. I have my hard drive there with music tracks. I can delete them all, and it means nothing to me. It literally means nothing to me. What matters is what I'm going to be doing. So I get pleasure in the creation of the music, not what I have done before. You know how many musicians I have, friends of mine, from back in the day, that they still post stuff on Facebook and Instagram from back in the day when they had a band and they play for whoever. I mean, it's nice to celebrate your wins back then, back in the day, back in the 90s or whatever. Obviously, I'm dating myself by saying this. And if one of my friends is watching this, I hope they don't get offended, but I have plenty of friends like that. Back in the day, they had a band, they had a record deal, they were opening for big bands when they will come into town and all of this. And that was like the highlight of the career as a musician. I don't believe in that path. Even though, yes, I became part of one of those bands, and I was in a music rock band, and I was in studios and the spliffs and being rock and roll and all of that. For me, the real joy of making music is what I'm doing right now and what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing here. Right? What type of music can I compose right now? And most importantly, how can I monetize that? I don't shy away from that. For me, it's very important to earn money with my music. So I have reached that goal of $300 that I wanted to reach many years ago. And in fact, I realized that it was a small goal. I've navigated different changes that have happened in marketplaces, in different marketplaces, and in the process of earning money online, it's just a matter of going all in. But it is going to take more than you think in terms of energy and in terms of persistence. That's the only thing I have to say. Some people want to know how many tracks you need to have in order to earn that amount of money. It varies so much from composer to composer. I don't remember how many tracks I had when I actually reached that income level. In fact, one of my biggest regrets was not documenting this here on the channel from day one. Because when I started this channel, I have already made it as a music composer. I was already earning a full-time income, a full paycheck with just one library at the time. And that's the reason why I shared it here on the channel. And I started this channel to share my journey as a stay-at-home dad doing music full-time. And one of my biggest views videos here, I think it's my second video, how to earn a living by selling music on Ori Jungle. Terrible video in the sense of like it's black and white, it's out of focus. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I'm shooting this video with the same DSLR that I did that video back then. So if you go and watch that video, you will see how terrible the quality was. I'm using the same DSLR, same camera, it's the same person, and look at the difference in terms of quality. Right? Same gear. So it's a philosophy. It's a change of philosophy. It's a change of approaching certain things or approaching the same issues and working with what you have, what you got. Okay? I know it's a weird analogy, but I do the same with the music. It's not about the fucking plug-in, man. It's not about the samples. It's not about the loops. It's about how you can put things together and make sense out of the track. And if the track is going to be commercial enough. Okay? In order to sell music and in order to get to a certain income, especially in the beginning, you need to compose commercial music, happy music, inspirational music. You know, if you can make corporate music, even better, right? You can play ukulele, or you have a ukulele sample somewhere or some plugin with some hand claps, go for it. Knock yourself out. This is what's going to help you reach a certain level of success. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to sell other styles of music. Of course you can. But in the music licensing world, especially in stock libraries, people want happy, feel-good music, inspirational music. So if you want to start selling, you better start composing feel-good music. You can get moody and emo later on. You know, I've certainly done that. In fact, I have composed some dark cinematic tracks, and this is what has helped me, though, get a sync licensing type of deal, or get my foot in the door in a particular sync licensing library. But I've done that after having hundreds and hundreds of tracks online. And I got inspired by a friend of mine who specializes in dark cinematic music, and he does very well for himself. But if I'm going to teach you how to make music, I'm not going to teach you to do emo cinematic music, or feeling depressed music, because it's going to be very hard to sell, especially on stock libraries. It needs to be happy. It needs to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is so cheesy. You know, but make the cheesy music sound good to you. That's the thing. I mean, even cheesy music can sound good, and it can sound artistic. Again, I have no attachment to my tracks. I don't even listen to them. The only time when I listen to my music tracks is when I do videos like this ones. And I like to compose, I like to share them with you here. I compose a music track, I upload it, and I let it go. I don't even remember what it was. It doesn't matter to me. I get pleasure from the creation, not the creation itself. I think that's the true way of living as an artist. It doesn't mean anything to me in my creations, you know? But hopefully it will mean something to somebody else, and that's why they pay for it. This video was a little bit more philosophical than I wanted to. I know that you want a 3-step system, like upload the commercial music, upload it, mix it like this, arrange it like that. You know, that's all well and done. I've done videos like that in the past, but I thought that I wanted to address more the issues of the mind and the approach that you can have in order to get where you want to get. And the most important thing is why you want to earn that money every single month with your music. For me, it was because I was flat broke, stay-at-home dad, and I really wanted to prove myself that I can earn money with my music and justify why I have all this gear in the house. Download my free guide, find your why. If you can earn 300, you can earn 600, you can earn 1,000, you can even earn more and propel your career in the music licensing industry. Thank you so much for the love and support, and I'll see you in another video, my friend.